Good morning at the jail. Or muted.
Can you hear me?
Sure. Morning.
Is it muted?
It's on.
Morning, Your Honor.
Morning. All righty. Sir, could you please tell me your name?
Jose Gomez?
Gomez, this is your initial appearance, sir. I'm seeing you on a few different things. So the first thing that I'm seeing you on, sir, is the new felony case that alleges that you committed DV kidnapping, alleged to be an act of domestic violence, while you're being seen on it today, that it's alleged to have happened back on October 6th of 2025. So, sir, you have the right to remain silent as it relates to this and the other things we're going to talk about. You have the right to be represented by an attorney during the pendency of these matters. I am going to appoint an attorney, sir, to represent you, and that is the.
Can I have a moment, Your Honor?
Yeah, sure.
My attorney, he's supposed to be online right now. His name's
Yeah, I hope.
Alcom, yes.
Yeah, so I'm sorry. I was told about this, but I forgot. Okay, so sir, Mr. Hannes is apparently not available to be here this morning. So because of that, we intend to, we could have one of a couple things happen. We can either proceed this morning and have the hearing go forward with Mr. Mosley representing you for the limited purpose of this hearing, or we can continue it to tonight and cross our fingers that Mr. Hannes is able to be here tonight. But it's my understanding that he cannot be here this morning. So if you want to talk to Mr. Mosley about that for a second, let me know what you'd like to do. Take your time.
Yeah, I found it out already, you know?
All right, so we'd like to continue this till tonight, and I will contact Mr. Hannes and indicate the need for him to be present.
That's what to do. So, Mr. Gomez, we're going to continue this hearing to tonight. You'll be seen tonight at 7 o'clock. And so we'll see you then, all right?
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I'll get in touch with these officers.
Oh, sorry.
So you're going to do the misdeed. Okay, thank you.
Your Honor,
Yes.
Noah Hupty refused.
Okay, thank you very much. Continue that to tonight as well.
Perfect.
Good morning, man.
Good morning,
Please tell me your name.
Laura Aguirre.
All right. So, Ms. Aguirre, this is your initial appearance, man. You've been charged with a couple counts, both of which are alleged to be acts of domestic violence, both of which are misdemeanors. The first one is disorderly conduct. The other is assault. These charges are alleged to have happened last night around 10 o'clock in the morning. You, ma'am, have the right to remain silent. Anything you say about this case could be used against you. So, just a second. All right, if I release you from custody today, ma'am, are you willing to follow a couple conditions I'm going to tell you about? The two big ones are going to be to have no contact with the alleged victim, and that alleged victim is Ernesto Aguirre. His position on whether or not he's okay with contact with you could not be determined before court this morning. So because of that, for now, I'm ordering that you have no contact with him until and unless a judge changes that order. Are you willing to follow that condition, first off?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then secondly, are you willing to come back to court?
Yes.
I'm going to set a hearing for you later this month. I just need to make sure that you're willing to come back to court. Okay, so in light of that, ma'am, I am going to release you. And what we're going to do is we're going to set your next hearing. It's going to be in Pima County Justice Court. That's going to be downtown. And It's going to be on January 26th. You're going to get paperwork that says this, but it's going to be on January 26th, 10:30 in the morning. I'm ordering that you commit no acts of domestic violence. You have no contact with the alleged victim. And then as far as I'm assuming that you share a residence with Mr. Aguirre, is that correct?
Yes,
Okay, and is there a different location that you can stay at for the time being? Different address?
yes,
Okay, well, I'm gonna order that you can go back to that address one time with law enforcement to get your belongings, but other than that, you need to find a different place to stay for the time being. Okay, so the way that that works is basically you would contact your local law enforcement agency. This is a Pasco Yaqui case, so I'm not sure if you live out in that area, but they could certainly escort you out there so you can get whatever belongings you need to get, stop by and get that, and then stay away unless and until a judge tells you that order is no longer in place and you can go live there. But until then, that is the protocol. Okay, do you understand that, ma'am?
yes, sir.
All right, so your next hearing, as I said, is on the 26th. You need to come back to court at that time because if you do not come back to court, a warrant could issue for your arrest, ma'am, and you could find yourself back in custody, okay?
Okay,
All right, so you're going to be released and you'll be out of the jail in a few hours here, all right? Have a good day.
you too.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Just tell me your name.
Talia?
All right, and the last name is Irving.
Yes.
All right, ma'am, this is your initial appearance. I'm seeing you on a couple charges, both of which are alleged to be disorderly conduct, both of which are acts of domestic violence. And so you, ma'am, have the right to remain silent as it relates to those two counts. Anything you say about them or what did or did not happen could be used against you. You're presumed innocent of all this. And so I'm looking at the pretrial services information. Looks like if I release you on this, ma'am, are you willing and able to live at a different address from Carolyn Mello and Amaya Irving?
Yes.
Okay. In light of that, I'm willing to release you, ma'am. Do you have belongings at that address where they live or those addresses where they live that you need to get?
I do.
Okay. So what you can do, ma'am, is you can go back one time with a law enforcement escort to be able to get your belongings and, just basically take a police officer with you when you do it. There's a way to go about that. The jail may have more information on that, but it's fairly straightforward. And then other than that, you need to stay away from the victim's residence and place of work. Do you understand all this? All right. In light of that, ma'am, I am going to excuse you, or I'm sorry, I'm going to release you, and you're going to be out of the jail in a little bit later today. And your next hearing is going to be on January 26th. It's going to be at 10:30 in the morning. You're going to get paperwork that says all this. It's going to be at Justice Court downtown. So you need to come back for that hearing, ma'am. Otherwise, a warrant could issue for your arrest. All right.
Okay.
All right. Have a good day.
You too.
Your Honor, this court interpreter Pedro Davis with no Spanish speakers on this morning list, it appears.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Davis. Then you have yourself a good day.
Thank you very much.
You got it. Good morning, ma'am.
Morning,
Can you please tell me your name?
Amy Meeks.
All right, just a moment. This is your initial appearance. It looks like you've been charged with one count of what is called disorderly conduct that's alleged to be an act of domestic violence. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say about this could be used against you. You're presumed innocent of this charge. And so I'm taking a look at pretrial services here, and the information that I'm seeing is that the victim, Mr. Meeks, Braden Meeks, is objecting to your release from custody, and that says that you ought not be allowed to return home. That sentiment is shared by Shane Meeks. So for those reasons, ma'am, I am going to order that you not return to those locations. I am going to release you on this matter so long as you promise me that you're not going to go back to that address and stay there. Are you able to do that?
Yes, sir, I have a friend.
Okay, all right, very good. And I'm assuming, perhaps incorrectly, but I'm assuming that you have belongings that you may need to get out of that residence. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Okay, so what you can do, ma'am, is you can go back one time and go back with a law enforcement escort to pick up any belongings that you need to get. So like this is an Oro Valley case, it looks like. So if you go get an officer with OVPD can probably go back there with you and you can get your stuff and then be on your merry way. And then as long as this case is pending, ma'am, you're not allowed to have any contact with the alleged victims, not go back to the residence, okay?
Okay.
All right, in light of that, ma'am, I am going to release you on your promise to appear. Your next court date is going to be on February 25th. You're going to get paperwork that says this, but it's going to be February 25th, 10:30 in the morning. And that's going to be in Oro Valley City Court. So please come back to that hearing, ma'am, because if you do not do that, then a warrant could issue for your arrest. You could find yourself back in custody, all right?
Okay.
All right, have a good day.
Thank you.
Morning.
Morning, Your Honor.
Please tell me your name.
Dana Michael.
All right, just a moment. So, Ms. Michael, this is your initial appearance, ma'am, and so I am seeing you on a charge that alleged that you committed what is called health, welfare, and morals violation. That's in the Arizona revised statutes there. It's alleged to have happened last night about 10:30 in the evening. So you, ma'am, are presumed innocent of that. And also you do have the right to remain silent as it relates to this allegation. And so just a moment, I'm taking a look at some information here. If I release you on this, ma'am, are you willing to come back to court?
Yes.
All right. And so that's what I'm going to do. It looks like this is out of Green Valley. So I'm going to set your next court date. It's going to be 1 week from today. And that's going to be for an arraignment. And that's going to be in Green Valley Justice Court. And you're going to get paperwork that says all this, but it's important that you come back to that next court date, ma'am, because if you do not do that, then a warrant will issue for your arrest. And, you'll find yourself back in custody most likely. So that, I believe, covers it. Give me just a second, though. All right, I'm also going to order, ma'am, that during the pendency of this case, you consume no alcohol, possess no illegal drugs. All right, so that should take care of it. 1 week from today is your next court date, ma'am. Be sure to come back to court. All right, thank you. Good morning, sir. Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Please tell me your name, sir.
Robert Robles.
All right, just a moment. So, Mr. Robles, I'm seeing you on a few different matters. And going to be a bunch of FTAs, failures to appear out of Tucson City Court. But before we get there, we're going to talk about a justice court matter that you have, and that alleges that you committed shoplifting, and this is alleged to have happened back in 2022. And so, and I'm seeing you on a failure to appear out in relation to that case. And so on that, I'm going to hold you on a $500 bond. And your next court date is going to be tomorrow. That's going to be in justice court. You'll be seen on video, assuming that you're still in custody. And it's going to be a cash or secured bond. If you do bond out, sir, or otherwise find yourself out of custody during the pendency of this case, I'm ordering that you consume no alcohol or illegal drugs, that you do not go back to the incident location wherever this shoplifting is alleged to have occurred. I'm going to appoint an attorney. Give me just a moment.
What was that supposed to be? I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, give me a second. I'll let you know. Just a second. I'll get you the location.
You're asking for an attorney.
Yeah. What did you? Hang on a second, sir.
I wanted to talk to SCRC. That's basically last time. I would have a clean record.
Okay, so I'm gonna appoint Attorney Anna Dennis to represent you, sir, on the Justice Court matter. And her contact information is gonna be on the paperwork that you get. Her name is Anna, last name Dennis. And let me tell you the location where this is alleged to have happened.
Will that be released?
You're not, sir, not on the, no, the short answer is no, you're not. You can post the bond if you're able to do that, but given the quantity of failures to appear, we're gonna talk about not releasing you, sir.
Sorry, I just wasn't aware of that one in particular.
No problem. Just a second. Okay, so apologies for the wait on that. It looks like the incident location, sir, is alleged to be the Del Sol Marketplace, which I believe is a convenience store that's outside of Casino Del Sol. So that's the place you ought not go back to, sir. So that takes care of the Justice Court matter.
They released me that one.
Well, I'm seeing you on a warrant today, sir, for it. So for that reason, it looks like you were released previously. That's entirely possible, if not likely. And then you failed to come back to court for the court date. So in any event, on that one, you're going to be seen tomorrow. You're going to be seen tomorrow at 1.
I understand what was because of that one in particular they just released. But I understand.
Well, as I said earlier, sir, I'm going to hold you on this stuff because we've got like a stack of, let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 city court files. And so it seems to me that you may have difficulty coming back to court. So we're going to try and help facilitate that. And so the city court matters I'm seeing you on allege all manner of failures to appear. Looks like there's 7 different incidents of failing to appear, give or take, and then it looks like you're also being seen. Let's see. Yeah, there is additionally 1 new case that alleges certain crimes, including criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, resisting arrest, criminal nuisance, things of that sort. So on those cases, sir, I'm going to hold you on a $1,000 cash secured bond. As to all of those matters, it's going to be, for all of the files, a total of $1,000 cash secured. I'm going to order, sir, that if you do get released on this, that you possess or consume no alcoholic beverages. You do not return to any of the victims. I'm sorry. Do not have any contact of any kind with the victims. Do not return to the incident locations. I'm appointing the city public defender to represent you on that, sir. And your next court date is going to be in front of Judge Blue. And so that's going to be for a video review. And that's going to be on January 22nd at 1:45 in the afternoon.
I thought you said tomorrow.
Right, so you've got different court cases in different courthouses, sir. So what I just told you for the city court stuff, that's separate from the justice court stuff. So because of that, we have to set a hearing in one courthouse and a hearing in the other courthouse. So the one in justice court, you'll be seen on that tomorrow, sir. And then the one in city court, you'll be seen on that on the 22nd. So that takes care of it, sir. And so you are excused. Thank you. Yeah, I got you. Morning, sir. Please tell me your name.
Garrett Michael Earl.
All right, just a moment, sir. Right. And Garrett Earl, was that the name, sir?
Sir.
Okay, and so jail, we do not show him on the calendar, so I think he might have missed the cutoff, or I could be wrong on that. Do we know when he was booked? He may need to be seen tonight.
Yeah, this was cut off.
Okay, in light of that, Mr. Earl, you're gonna be seen tonight because I don't have the paperwork and so forth necessary to be able to handle the hearing this morning. And so for that reason, we're gonna continue you to tonight. You'll be seen at 7 o'clock this evening, sir, okay?
Well, thank you.
Have a good day. Good morning, man.
Good morning.
Tell me your name.
Sarah Lopez.
All right, Ms. Lopez, this is your initial appearance. I'm seeing you on some allegations. One moment, I'll get there.
I do have a DCS hearing I need to be at today
Okay, just a
and
second.
tomorrow.
Just a second, we'll get there, ma'am. So I am seeing, so this is your initial appearance, ma'am. I'm seeing you in relation to a couple failures to appear at a Tucson City Court. I'm also seeing you on new charges that allege that you committed disorderly conduct and assault alleged to be acts of domestic violence and that you possess drug paraphernalia. That is alleged to have happened yesterday on the 14th. You have the right to remain silent as it relates to all of these matters, ma'am. Anything you say about these cases could be used against you. You're presumed innocent of them. And so, just a moment. And so, reviewing the pretrial services information, I do show that the alleged victim, Mr. Garola, does not object to your release from custody and you returning home. However, I am going to hold you on a $500 cash secured bond because of what I show is a 6 out of 6 on the failure to appear scale. I'm seeing you on a couple warrants today as well. So for that reason, $500 cash secured bond. Your next hearing is going to be in front of Judge Million. That's going to be on the 21st. So that's next Wednesday. And it's going to be at 1:30 in the afternoon. And additionally, ma'am, I'm going to order that if you do get out of custody, you possess or consume no alcoholic beverages or illegal drugs, you commit no acts of domestic violence, you possess no firearms or weapons. If I haven't said this yet, I'm appointing the city public defender to represent you. Your next hearing is going to be an arraignment in front of Judge Million. And so that should take care of that.
So I can't get released today to go to my DCS hearing.
No, unless you can post that bond, ma'am. So additionally, this is the time set for your arraignment on the new charges that we just talked about. You, ma'am, have the right to remain silent as it relates to those you're presumed innocent in them. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf. And if you fail to appear at a future hearing in this case, ma'am, then the trial could go forward in your absence. And if you were convicted without you being at that trial and could not be sentenced within 90 days of that conviction, you could lose the ability to appeal that conviction. Do you understand?
Yeah.
All right. Have a good day. Good morning.
Good morning.
Please tell me your name.
Jennifer Rose.
All right, just a moment. All right, Mr. Reeves, this is your initial appearance. I'm seeing you on charges that allege that you committed some new acts that are alleged to be domestic violence related. 3 counts of disorderly conduct, 1 count of assault. They're alleged to have happened yesterday. You're presumed innocent of these charges, ma'am. Anything you say about these charges could be used against you because you have the right to remain silent. Looks like you may also have a pending misdemeanor DV court matter or a DV matter out of Tucson City Court. And so what I'm going to do, ma'am, is I'm going to hold you on a $500 bond. That's a cash or secured bond. I'm going to order that if you're out of custody, if you post that bond or otherwise get released, that you possess or consume no alcoholic beverages, commit no acts of domestic violence, possess no firearms or weapons. I'm appointing the city public defender to represent you, ma'am. Your next hearing is going to be in front of Judge Mayhew, and that's going to be on January 23rd at 1:45 in the afternoon. Just a second. All right, so next hearing will be on the 23rd, and that will be in front of Judge Mayhew. So, ma'am, if you do post bond, find yourself out of custody, it's important that you come back to court, because if you do not do that, a warrant will issue for your arrest. Also, ma'am, this is the time set for your arraignment. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf. You're presumed innocent of these charges. If you fail to appear at a future court date on this matter, ma'am, then trial could go forward in your absence if you weren't present at trial and you were convicted at that trial. And then you couldn't be sentenced within 90 days of that conviction. You could lose your ability to appeal that conviction. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you very much. You are excused.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Please tell me your name.
My name is Brianna Senna.
All right, Ms. Senna, this is your initial appearance, ma'am. I'm seeing you on charges that allege that you committed criminal damage that is alleged to be an act of domestic violence that is alleged to have happened this morning around 2:00 in the morning. You, ma'am, are presumed innocent of that, and you do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say about the case could be used against you. So, if I release you, ma'am, are you willing to follow certain conditions I'm going to tell you about right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that you're going to be ordered to not possess or consume any alcoholic beverages or illegal drugs, commit no acts of domestic violence, and do not have any, well, just a second. Okay, so the victim, Mr. Martinez, does not object to you being released from custody, does not object to you returning home to your shared residence on East Glen Street, and yeah, it does not oppose contact. So for all those reasons, ma'am, I'm not going to restrict your ability to have contact with him, but possess or consume no alcoholic beverages, commit no acts of domestic violence, and come back to court. Your next court date, you're going to get paperwork that says this, but your next court date is going to be February 17th at 1:30 in the afternoon. That's going to be in front of Judge Million. And it's important that you come back to court, because if you don't do that, a warrant will likely issue for your arrest. You could find yourself back in custody. This is also the time set for your arraignment. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf. You're presumed innocent. If you fail to come back to court for a hearing, not only could you get a warrant, but the trial in this matter could go forward in your absence. And if you were convicted without you being at that trial and couldn't be sentenced within 90 days of that conviction, then you could lose the ability to appeal that conviction. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. You're excused.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good morning, sir.
Sir,
Please tell me your name.
thanks, Elise.
It's your initial appearance, sir. I'm seeing you on charges that allege that you failed to appear in relation to being a passenger in a vehicle with an open container and possession of drug paraphernalia. You're presumed innocent of those charges, sir. Anything you say about them could be used against you. And so, looks like you have a probation hold. So I'm not seeing you on that. But regardless of what I decide to do today, it seems to me that you're still going to be held on that hold. However, I am going to release you on this case. And I'm going to also appoint the city public defender. And so you're probably going to stay in custody, at least in the short term, because of that probation hold, but you're released on this case. Your next court date is going to be what's called a non-transport review. That's going to be on February 13th, 9 o'clock in the morning. Ordering, sir, that if you do get out of custody, that you possess or consume no alcoholic beverages. And your next court date is going to be in front of Judge Bond. You're going to get paperwork that says all of this. Important that you come back to court, sir, if you get out of custody, because if you don't, a warrant will issue for your arrest. You'll probably get arrested again. And also, sir, this is the time set for your arraignment. I'm going to enter pleas and not guilty on your behalf. You are presumed innocent. If you fail to appear at a future court date, not only could you get that warrant that I mentioned, but you also could be convicted in your absence. And if you were convicted in your absence and couldn't be sentenced within 90 days, you could lose the ability to appeal that conviction. Do you understand, sir? Mr. Solis,
Yes, sir.
catch that?
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to tell you about the arraignment because I think that's about when you started going to sleep on me. So this is also the time set for your arraignment, sir. You're presumed innocent. All right, I'm entering pleas and not guilty on your behalf. The upshot of this, what I'm telling you right now, is that you need to come back to court because not only could you get a warrant if you don't come back to court, but you could be convicted at trial without you being there. And if you were convicted at trial, couldn't be sentenced within 90 days, you could lose the ability to appeal that. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. You're excused.
Thank you. Oh, no.
No biggie. Yeah, nice.
Hold on, I was here.
After 13. So alphabetically within the felonies. There you go. Good morning.
Morning.
Please tell me your name, sir.
Guillermo Acorn.
All right, Mr. Acorn, sir, this is your initial appearance. I'm seeing you on a couple different matters. First thing we're going to talk about is a new felony allegation out of, it'll be in Superior Court, assuming that you get indicted. And that relates to one count of aggravated assault on a police officer, and then possession of a narcotic drug, and then possession of drug paraphernalia. And so, sir, you're presumed innocent of all these charges. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say about these matters could be used against you. In order to prepare for this hearing, sir, and also I should say you do have a right to have an attorney in this case, sir. And to that end, I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender to represent you, sir, Mr. Mosley. He's seated to your left. He's going to help you out for today's sake. And in order to prepare for this hearing, I reviewed the information from pretrial services, reviewed the interim complaint, and also the state's recommendation, which is a $7,500 bond plus release to pretrial in the event that that bond is posted. Mr. Poston, anything further on that?
Your Honor, he's a 6 out of 6, and the officer was injured. And given his history, given the inherent nature, state asked for the 7,500.
Thank you very much. Mr. Mosley.
Your Honor, we're asking the court to consider release to pretrial services in the alternative, a bond of no more than $1,100.
All right, thank you very much. I am going to impose that $7,500 cash secured bond. If you do post that bond, sir, or otherwise find yourself out of custody, court's going to order that you do be supervised by pretrial services. I'm ordering that you consume no alcohol, consume or possess no alcohol or illegal drugs, possess no firearms or weapons, and submit to monitoring and treatment as directed by pretrial if you're out. And then your next court date, sir, is going to be a preliminary hearing. That's going to be on January 26th to 1:30 in the afternoon. That's going to be in, well, just stay in contact with your attorney ahead of that because they'll have more information on what is or is not happening. And so that takes care of the felony. So let me move on to the misdemeanor. I'm also seeing you on a matter at a Tucson City Court that alleges that you failed to appear in relation to a charge of possession of drug paraphernalia. And so on that, sir, I'm going to release you on that matter. However, your next court date is going to be a what's called a non-transport review. And that's going to be on February 13th at 9 o'clock in the morning. You're going to get paperwork that says this, sir. So if you're still in custody at that time, sir, you'll be seen on video and you can learn more about what's going on with the matter at that time. And I am going to appoint the city public defender, sir, given that you are being held on the felony case. And also it looks like you have a couple other matters out of city court that may be addressed at the same time as that next hearing. And I also want to advise you, sir, that this is the time set for your arraignment in the drug paraphernalia matter. You are presumed innocent of that matter. You have the right to remain silent. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf. And it's important that you come back to court, sir, because if you don't come back to court, a warrant could issue for your arrest and trial could go forward in your absence. If your trial went forward in your absence and you were convicted and couldn't be sentenced within 90 days, then you'd lose the ability to appeal that conviction. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
So I did.
Yeah, you're being held on bond, $7,500. Out here, Jerry, but they can always file. Good.
Okay, second on this way. Like that, let's go back down.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Please tell me your name.
I'm Princess Atrina Christine Baca.
All right, Ms. Baca, I am seeing you on a few different matters. The first is a warrant out of Pima County Superior Court that alleges that you possessed a dangerous drug for sale and that you possess drug paraphernalia. This relates to an offense that allegedly occurred on May 25th of 2025. You're presumed innocent of that, ma'am. And everything we're going to talk about, you're presumed innocent of all of it. And you do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say about these matters could be used against you. And you're also being seen on a couple failures to appear, one out of Marana municipal court and one out of Tucson City Court. The Marana one relates to failing to appear in relation to a domestic violence disorderly conduct charge. And then the city court one relates to failing to appear in relation to being in a park after it's closed. And so-
Okay.
And so, ma'am, as it relates to this felony, you're going to be appointed an attorney. That attorney is going to be the Pima County Public Defender. Mr. Mosley, seated to your left for the purpose of today's hearing. He's going to help you out today. And in order to prepare for this hearing, I did review the information from pretrial services, taking a look at the warrant documents, and then also the state's recommendation, which is a $5,000 bond plus release to pretrial if that bond is posted. Mr. Poston, anything further, sir?
Your Honor, given the nature of the offense, the defendant's history, failure to appear history, the $5,000 warrant amount with release of pretrial if posted is the state's recommendation.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Mosley, sir.
Your Honor, apparently she has a probation hold, so she's not going anywhere. We would ask the court to set a bond of $1,100 on this matter.
Okay, thank you very much. Just a moment.
I thought that's what I was, because I don't understand, how did I get, where am I getting a different charge from when I don't have? I just know I was on probation and then I guess
So, ma'am,
Attorney appointed, so you can talk with.
yeah, so I do see that probation hold. So you'll probably have a hearing. If you haven't already had a hearing in Superior Court, you'll have a hearing in Superior Court in the near future to address that
So-
matter. And so,
Is it an additional one, sir, they're trying to say?
just a second, I'll get you that info.
Okay, because I don't believe that they're responsible for that, because I don't have it. I wasn't ever arrested again.
Just a second. Yes, so this is a petition to revoke probation. So it relates
Oh,
to,
okay,
yeah,
so for the same one. Okay,
Yes,
for the
ma'am.
same one. Oh,
yes, ma'am.
okay, because I was about to be scared, sir. I was
Yeah,
like,
no,
oops.
No, you're good, you're good.
Oh,
So,
okay.
but I'm not seeing you on that today, but I mean, hopefully that little bit of info helps tide you over until you get seen in Superior Court. And so,
Okay.
as it relates to the new matter that's before the court on the grand jury warrant, the court is going to impose a $5,000 bond. Gonna,
What's the new one, sir? I'm sorry, I'm just
no
trying to
problem.
understand.
no problem, you're good. And so,
Because I don't think I have a new one of felony drugs.
right, so what happened, I guess new one is probably not exactly the correct term. So the case is new in the sense that you were just indicted on it recently. However, the incident that forms the basis of the case, basically, it concerns acts that happened back in late May, probably around Memorial Day on May 25th of 2025. So it's new, it's not alleging new conduct, but it's a new indictment. Okay, so in any event, I am going to hold you on a $5,000 cash secured bond on that, ma'am. You're going to be released to pretrial if you post that bond. And so I'm also going to order that if you do get out, you got the hold, so you're probably not going anywhere. But if you do, that you possess no alcohol or illegal drugs, you not possess any firearms or weapons as well. And your next hearing is going to be an arraignment on this, and it's going to be in Superior Court on January 22nd at 1:30 in the afternoon. And so if you do get out somehow, ma'am, it's really important that you come back to court, because if you do not do that, then a warrant will issue for your arrest and you will find yourself back in custody.
Is it gonna be with yourself or with Judge Miller?
That's a good question. It'll probably be, let's see, I don't know when the date is. So there's basically a 50-50 chance that it will be with me
Okay.
or Judge Miller. So I can't tell you that though, but it depends on the day of the week that the hearing gets set. And I don't know that there's a hearing date yet. So for the probation matter, for the arraignment, that is 1 week from today. And that won't be in front of either Judge Miller or I. That'll be in front of probably Judge Cam or Judge Monroe.
So, but it's not saying that I did it again, right? Like
No.
that I haven't. Oh, okay, this
No,
is
no,
just
no.
for probation, so it makes it seem twice.
Well, so you've got two things. You've got two
I
things.
don't have, I never had no drugs in May. I was in
Well,
jail in May.
wait, all right, so talk to you.
Oh, okay. No, I'm just saying, I know you guys are stacking something on me that I don't have. There's no fucking way.
You're an appointed attorney, okay?
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
because that's crazy. That's a whole bunch of, that's a whole hell of a lot of crystal for me to just be continuing to get, like if I had it from
Okay.
nowhere.
Talk to your attorney.
I know what I buy. I'm saying, so
Yeah.
sir, Judge, can you help me to understand that a little bit? So it's
Yeah.
just for the probation violation,
So,
right?
so you've got two different things going on. The probation violation is what's holding you. That's the hold without bond. You are also
Okay.
being seen on a new case that you were indicted on. And so that alleges that you possessed some quantity of drugs for sale, allegedly. And that is
Oh.
alleged to have happened in late May. I'm not telling you that you're guilty of it. You are presumed innocent,
Okay.
ma'am. That's the great thing about the system. Just letting you know what the
Okay.
allegation is. So, and you're presumed innocent of all that. You're getting an attorney to help you with that, ma'am. So you don't have to admit to nothing as it relates to that. Okay. So that takes care of that. We also have the Marana City Court matter. I'm going to release you on that. And so
Okay.
your next court date is going to be on February 25th at 10 o'clock in the morning. Going to be released on your promise to appear, but of course, please come back to court if you're out of custody, because if you don't, I think you know what happens. And then
Yeah.
we've got a city court matter as well, and that alleges a failure to appear on that park after dark thing. I'm going to release you on that case as well, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. The only thing that's going to be holding you is going to be that probation hold and then the bond on the new case. So your next
Okay.
court date in city court, you're going to get paperwork that says this as well. The next court date in city court is going to be a non-transport review, and that's going to be on February 13th at
Okay.
9 o'clock in the morning. So that's February 13th, 9 o'clock in the morning. And like I said, you'll get paperwork that says this, but please come back to court, because if you don't do that, then a warrant will issue for your arrest. And also, ma'am, this is the time set for your arraignment on this city court matter. Not only could a warrant issue for your arrest if you don't come back to court, but the trial could go forward in your absence. And if you were convicted at that trial without you being there and couldn't be sentenced within 90 days, and you'd lose the ability to appeal that conviction. Do you understand, ma'am?
Okay.
All right, thank you. You're excused.
Thank you, sir.
You got it.
Thank you.
Morning.
Hello.
Would you please tell me your name?
Madeline Francis Bear.
All right. Mom. Sorry. Okay. Even though I'm released, oh, that's right, because it's a non-transport review. Right. All righty, Ms. Bear, good morning. I've seen you on, and this is your initial appearance. Let me start with that. I'm seeing you on a warrant that alleges that you possessed a dangerous drug, 2 counts of that, and then you possess drug paraphernalia. It relates to an incident that allegedly happened back in mid-August, August 15th. You're presumed innocent of that. Anything you say about it could be used against you, and you do have the right to remain silent. You have the right to be represented by an attorney, ma'am, during the pendency of this case, and I'm appointing the Pima County legal defender to represent you in order to prepare for this hearing. And you've got Mr. Mosley seated next to you. He's going to help you out this morning as well. And so in order to prepare for this hearing, I review the warrant information, the state's recommendation, which is $5,000 plus release to pretrial if that's posted, and then also the information from pretrial. So what is the state's, anything further, Mr. Poston?
No, Judge.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mosley, sir.
Your Honor, we're asking the court to consider release to pretrial services. She has no criminal history other than the current matter.
Just a moment. Ma'am, I am willing to release you to the supervision of pretrial services, but a couple things. So you need to come back to court, all right? Because if you don't do that, I think you are aware this morning, sitting there at the jail, what happens when you don't come back to court. And so it's really important that you do that. I'm going to set your next hearing. It's going to be an arraignment 1 week from today. And so that's on January 22nd, at 1:30 in the afternoon. That's going to be in Superior Court downtown. I'm also going to order that you consume no alcohol or illegal drugs, you possess no firearms or weapons, and then that is going to take care of it. So thank you very much, ma'am. You are excused.
Okay.
You're welcome. Good morning, sir. Could you please tell me your name?
Joseph Bribiesca.
All right, Mr. Bribiesca, this is your initial appearance, sir. I'm seeing you on a new charge that alleges that you possessed a deadly weapon as a prohibited possessor. You, sir, are presumed innocent of this matter. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say about the case could be used against you. You have the right to be represented by an attorney. I am appointing an attorney to represent you, and it's going to be the Pima County Public Defender's Office, sir. Mr. Mosley seated to your left, he's going to help you out for the purpose of today's hearing. And in order to prepare for the hearing, I reviewed the interim complaint and the information from pretrial and the state's recommendation, which is a $15,000 bond plus release to pretrial if that bond is posted. Mr. Poston, anything further on that?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mosley.
Your Honor, he has employment available. We're asking the court to consider release to pretrial services in the alternative, a bond of no more than $3,300.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, I am going to impose a $5,000 cash secured bond. And so if you post that bond, sir, you're going to be supervised by pretrial services. So please comply with any monitoring or treatment that they ask you to comply with. Really important that you come back to court, sir, because if you do not do that, a warrant will issue for your arrest. Your next court date is going to be a preliminary hearing. That's going to be on January 26th, 1:30 in the afternoon. And if you do bond out, sir, I'm ordering that you possess no firearms or weapons, that you consume no alcohol or illegal drugs. And so I believe that that covers it, sir. You are excused. Good morning, sir.
Morning, sir. How are you?
Good. How are you?
All right.
Good. Could you please tell me your name?
Benjamin Flint.
Flint, I'm seeing you on a couple different matters. Just a moment. I'm seeing you on new charges that allege that you possessed a narcotic drug and that you possessed drug paraphernalia. I'm also seeing you on 5 failures to appear at a Tucson City Court relating to charges ranging from possession of drug paraphernalia to solicitation to theft. And so as it relates to all these matters, sir, you are presumed innocent. Anything you say about them could be used against you. We're going to talk about the felonies first. And you do have the right to remain silent. I don't know if I've said that yet, but as it relates to the felony, I am appointing the Pima County legal defender to represent you, sir. Mr. Mosley is seated to your left. He's going to help you out for the purposes of today's hearing. And I have reviewed the interim complaint, the state's recommendation, which is released to pretrial services, and the information from pretrial services. Mr. Poston, anything further?
ETS and steps, Your Honor.
All right, thank you very much. And Mr. Mosley, what do you have to tell me?
That's what we'd be asking for as well, Your Honor.
Okay,
Excuse me, sir. Would it be possible for me to be released to it? I know it's just need to get released. Okay, good. Okay.
so
We're good. Go ahead, Your Honor. We're good.
all right, I am willing to release you on the felony matter to pretrial services. But we're going to talk about the misdemeanors in a moment. I may hold you on those on a relatively low bond because we're looking at 5 failures to appear on that. So let me think about this for a second. Yeah, just on city stuff.
That's us.
Oh, one's at a justice court. Got it. Thank you. Okay. I'm going to release you on the felony matter, sir. But and also, sir, it looks like you are eligible for a program called STEPS. And so what that means is that it is a program that's pretty good for a few reasons. One of them is that it provides folks that could potentially benefit from treatment as it relates to a possible substance abuse problem with resources as far as that's concerned. And if you're eligible for the program and you do what the program asks of you, then the charges get dismissed without you ever getting indicted. So it's a pretty good deal all around, sir. Is that something that you're interested in learning more about?
Yes, sir.
All right, very good. And so, Mr. Mosley, are you willing to waive time in the PH?
Yes, Your Honor.
In light of that, just a second. So I'm going to set the preliminary hearing date on March 2nd. That's Monday, March 2nd. It's going to be at 1:30 in the afternoon. And so, Mr. Flint, I'm releasing you on this matter. Your next court date, though, really important here, is that your next court date is going to be a steps hearing. It's 1 week from today. So that's 1 week from today on January 22nd at 9 o'clock in the morning. And so what's important about that, sir, is that you're going to learn more about the steps program at that time. And if you want to enter into it, then you can do it at that time. So please come down to Superior Court 1 week from today at 9 o'clock in the morning and see Judge Miller. She's on the 3rd floor. You'll get paperwork that says this, but it's important that you come back to that court date because not only could a warrant potentially issue for you if you don't, but also you could lose the ability to participate in steps, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, so that takes care of the felony. And then also, one thing I want to say about the felony is that you are, sir, you're ordered to not consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, possess no firearms or weapons as well. And then we're going to move on and talk about the misdemeanors. So the misdemeanor, sir, first off, we're going to talk about the justice. You have one justice court failure to appear. We're going to talk about that first. And so that alleges that you failed to appear in relation to one count of theft. And so on that, I am going to release you on the justice court failure to appear. Your next.
What was the theft for, sir?
I don't have that information.
Okay.
Let's see if I can find it though. Hold on. So it's a theft that is alleged to have happened on November 9th of 2023, so a little over 2 years ago. And that's about all the information I have right now, sir. So yeah. All right. And so I'm going to release you on that one. Your next court date is going to be an arraignment in justice court on the 26th of January at 8:30 in the morning. So please come back to court for that, assuming that you're out of custody. So I'm releasing you on your promise to appear on that matter. And that should take care of it. You're going to get paperwork that has this info. And finally, we have the city court matters. I'm going to hold you on a bond on the city court matters. It's going to be relatively low, but you got 4 failures to appear on these city court matters. So because of that, I do think some sort of bond is warranted. Also, you do show as a 6 out of 6 on the failure to appear scale. So because of that, I'm going to order that you be held on a $500 cash secured bond. And your next court date is going to be a video review. That's going to be on January 23rd at 1:45 in the morning, or I'm sorry, in the afternoon, excuse me. It's going to be in front of Judge Verena. So if you're still in custody on that bond, sir, as of the time of the steps hearing, then you'll be seen in court in custody in Superior Court for that. But if you're out, then please come back to court. But all right, sorry, I think I'm gonna sneeze. All right, so appointing the city public defender to represent you, sir, on that. Ordering that you possess or consume no alcoholic beverages. Order that you have no contact of any kind with the alleged victims in these matters. And I believe that that takes care of it. Other than to say this is also the time set for your arraignment on these city court matters. You're presumed innocent, sir. I'm entering pleas of not guilty on your behalf. Important thing to know about this is that you need to come back to court for the misdemeanor stuff too. Because if you don't, and you were convicted without you being present at your trial and couldn't be sentenced within 90 days, then you could lose the ability to appeal your conviction. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
That's just, it's important. That's a good opportunity.
Good morning, ma'am.
Morning.
Please tell me your name.
Alejandra Garcia.
Ms. Garcia, this is your initial appearance. I'm seeing you on charges that allege that you possess drug paraphernalia and then a couple misdemeanor matters alleging that you committed disorderly conduct and criminal damage, both of which are alleged to be acts of domestic violence. Those are out of Tucson City Court. As to all this stuff, you are presumed innocent. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say about this could be used against you. You have the right to be represented by an attorney. I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender to represent you, ma'am. Mr. Mosley, seated to your left, and he's going to help you out for the purpose of today's hearing. In order to prepare for the hearing, I review the information from pretrial services and the state's recommendation, and also the interim complaint. And the state's recommending release to pretrial with a steps court hearing. That's what I'm inclined to do. Mr. Mosley, anything further?
That's what we're asking for as well, Your
All
Honor.
right, very good. And is she willing to waive time?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. So we are going to set your next hearing. It's going to be we're setting a preliminary hearing. That's going to be on Monday, March 2nd at 1:30 in the afternoon. And then we're also setting what is called a steps hearing. But let me talk to you a little bit about this. So there's a program called Steps. It's really quite good for a few reasons. It helps folks that may potentially have need for some support for a possible substance abuse problem. And so what's good about it is that if you are interested in the program and you do what they tell you to do and you graduate the program, then the case gets dismissed. You never get indicted. You don't have felonies on your record. You also get some help as it relates to a possible substance abuse problem. Are you interested in learning more about that, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. So what we're doing is we're going to set a steps hearing. It's going to be 1 week from today. That is on January 22nd at 9 o'clock in the morning. Really important that you come back to court for that, because if you don't, you could lose the ability to participate in steps. So please come down to Superior Court 1 week from today. I'm ordering that you consume no alcohol or illegal drugs, you possess no firearms or weapons, and public defender is going to represent you, and you're going to be released to pretrial services. So thank you, ma'am. You are, well, hold on. We got to talk about the misdemeanors. Sorry. Okay, so as it relates to the misdemeanors, I am seeing you on charges that allege, again, that you committed disorderly conduct and criminal damage alleged to be acts of domestic violence.
Sir,
Just a second.
oh,
Okay, so on that, just a second. Okay, so on that, it looks like the alleged victim is Sylvia Lucan. I might be saying that wrong, but that's the alleged victim. And looks like efforts to contact her before this hearing were not successful. So we don't know what she thinks about you going back to where she lives, having contact with her, that sort of thing. So because of that, I'm going to order that you not have any contact of any kind with her, and that you not go back to her residence or place of work if she is employed. And so
Okay.
for the incident location, are you able to do that, ma'am?
yes.
All right, and is that a place that you lived at?
No.
Very good. Do you have belongings there that you would need to collect?
No.
All right. So in light of that, just please don't have any contact with her or go back to where she lives. And then we're going to set your next hearing. It's going to be a pre-trial, and it's going to be on February 12th.
That city court you're talking about, Your
Yeah.
Honor?
Yes, city court, sorry. It's going to be on February 12th, 9:30 in the morning. It's going to be in front of Judge Cranshaw. And you're going to get paperwork that says this again. So this is also the time set for your arraignment, ma'am, on this matter. You are presumed innocent of these charges. And it's important that you come back to court, because not only could a warrant issue if you don't, but you could lose if you were convicted at your trial, at a trial without you being present, and couldn't be sentenced within 90 days, then you would lose the ability to appeal that conviction. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. You are excused.
Okay.
Yes, please. Thank you. Yes. Good morning.
Morning.
Please tell me your name.
My name is Maria Iturralde.
All right. It's Heralde. Just a moment. All right, so I'm seeing you on a few different matters, ma'am. This is your initial appearance. I'm seeing, well, first of all, You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say about these matters could be used against you. You have the right to be represented by an attorney. And I am going to appoint on the felony we're going to talk about. Actually, I'm not appointing an attorney on that because it's an out-of-county warrant. So you're being seen on a warrant that alleges, it's out of Maricopa County, that alleges that you possess drug paraphernalia, you possessed a narcotic drug, possessed dangerous drugs. You committed shoplifting. So those are the allegations out of Maricopa County. I've also seen you on different failures to appear, 3 failures to appear at a Tucson City Court, 2 of which are for theft, 1 of which is for drug paraphernalia. And then another failure to appear at a Pima County Justice Court alleging shoplifting. So in order to prepare for this hearing, I reviewed the information from pretrial services, and the amount on the Maricopa warrant is $5,000. And so,
Sir,
Mr.
can
Mosley, Mr. Mosley,
Where do you?
No, here for sign. So I got the bed in Glen County. I'm belongs.
Your Honor, can I say something? I have,
Your Honor, she has some significant medical diagnosis, and she's got some procedures scheduled to come up, and we would like the court to consider that. She's getting those treatments here in Tucson.
I'm getting him at the cancer center. I have colorectal cancer stage 4 this time. As well as that warrant I have in Phoenix, I you know, my sister paid a bond of $3,800 already. And then, you know, I was in the hospital at the time because of my cancer. I'm going in ongoing treatment right now. And it's very hard for me to be going back and forth to Phoenix. I did call them, but they never answered my call back.
okay. Ma'am, so I am going to impose that $5,000 cash secured bond on the felony case. There's just a substantial failure to appear history on that case in particular. Looks like there may have been 3, 4, maybe 5 warrants that were issued in relation to that case over the years, and this dates back to 2020. So for that reason, that $5,000 cash secured bond is being imposed. And additionally, your next hearing is going to be a review hearing. It's going to be on February 13th at 9 o'clock in the morning. And so you'll be seen back at a future initial appearance, the same sort of hearing you're having today, if you are still here and Maricopa County has not gotten you back yet. So that's just to make sure that things move along as far as that's concerned. So that takes care of that.
How am I going to get my treatments done in here?
Ma'am, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you have that condition that is not good. I'm sorry that that's happening, but you know, the failures to appear are significant. So the next matter that I'm seeing you on is alleges that you failed to appear on a shoplifting. And so on that, and that's at a Pima County Justice Court. On that, I'm going to release you on your signature, promise to appear. And if you're still in custody because of the bond that I imposed on the warrant matter, then you're going to be seen on that tomorrow at 1 p.m. And in the interest of helping you with that case, I'm going to appoint Anna Dennis to represent you. And so that takes care of that. And we have the city court, the 3 city court FTAs.
Oh, Ashley got that for the county defender. I took on her and she never answered my call. I went on her a couple of times. And we never got to go to the folks of the year. I'm going to go to Footsy.
And on the city court matters, I'm going to hold you on a $100 bond. That's going to be a cash secured bond. And your next court date is going to be a video review. That's going to be on January 23rd, 1:45 in the afternoon. I'm appointing the city public defender to represent you, ma'am. There's also the time set for your arraignment on that matter. When I say that matter, I mean the city court matters. And so you will be innocent of those charges, ma'am. I'm going to enter pleas and not guilty on your behalf. You need to be, ma'am, if you get out of custody and you are don't come back to court, you're convicted at a trial without you being there, then you could lose the ability to appeal. All right, I believe that that covers it. Any questions for me?
I know.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
What's the number?
3, 7, 5, 7, 7, and his name is Amanda. On it down, you can say stop there. Thank you, Mr. Garland.
You're welcome. You're welcome. No problem. Good morning. Good morning, it's the jail. Could you please tell me your name?
Ashley Manley.
Manley, this is your initial appearance, ma'am. I am seeing you on charges that allege that you committed what is called seeing you on one count. Just a second here. That one count effective means a transportation. And so you are presumed innocent of this. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say about this could be used against you. You have the right to be represented by an attorney. But appointing the Pima County Public Defender to represent you, ma'am. Mr. Mosley seated next to you. He's going to help you out for the purpose of today's hearing. In order to prepare for this hearing, I reviewed the information in the interim complaint, pretrial services information, and the state's recommendation, which is a $3,500 bond, plus release to pretrial if that bond is posted. Mr. Poston, anything further?
No, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Mosley.
Your Honor, we're asking you to release Miss Manley to pretrial services. This is somebody who has no prior felonies and no history of failures to appear. The court could feel secure in releasing her to pretrial.
All right, that's what I'm going to do, ma'am. I am going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services. So you must comply with any monitoring or treatment that they ask you to do. And as conditions of your release, I'm ordering that you not consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, possess no firearms or weapons. You need to come back to court. All right, your next court date is going to be a preliminary hearing on February 4th at 1:30 in the afternoon. Stay in contact with your attorney at the public defender's office because they can help keep you in the loop about what's going on and all that. But if you do not come back to court in the future, ma'am, a warrant could issue for your arrest. You could find yourself back in custody. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, have a good day.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good morning, sir.
Warren,
Please tell me your name.
my name's Jack Manico.
Okay, Mr. Manico, seeing you on a couple matters at the moment. First thing we're
Yeah, I just learned the federal one last night.
Yeah, just a second. I'll get you the lowdown on what we're talking about here. So this is, I'm seeing on a couple matters. I do see that you have probation hold out of U.S. District Court, reference a case. And so I'm also seeing you on new charges that allege that you possessed a dangerous drug, possessed a narcotic drug, possessed drug paraphernalia. And then finally, I'm seeing you on a warrant out of Marana City Court alleging that you failed to appear in relation to one charge of shoplifting.
Would take custody at the time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're presumed innocent, sir. So if they're wrong on that was January 3rd of 2024. So I get it. I mean, you're presumed innocent, sir. So that may be wrong. You may be innocent. All of these things are certainly possible. You're presumed innocent as a matter of fact. So as it relates to all of this, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say about this stuff could be used against you. You have the right to be represented by an attorney. I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender to represent you. Mr. Mosley seated to your left. He's going to help you out today and in order to prepare for this hearing, I reviewed the information in the interim complaint. I reviewed pretrial services information plus the state's recommendation, which is a bond of $2,500 plus release to pretrial if that bond is posted. Mr. Poston, anything further?
Me?
No, Mr. Poston. The process.
Nothing further.
All right, thanks. Mr. Mosley.
Your Honor, in light of the federal probation hold, we're asking the court to just impose a $500 bond in this matter and set a steps hearing for him.
All right.
That would be nice.
Yeah, just a second.
Do I have any family there? In the courtroom?
No, sir, but this is also live streamed, so it's possible that they could be tuning in.
Okay.
So I can't promise you that, but you know, there's a lot of folks I think that tune in that way. So in any event, as it relates to the new felony matter, I'm going to hold you on a $500 bond. You do have, it's going to be a cash secured bond. You got that Fed hold, so you're probably going to be sitting tight for a bit. I'm also going to order that you be supervised by pretrial services. If that bond gets posted, you get out of custody. Ordering that you possess no firearms or weapons, you consume no alcohol or illegal drugs. And also, I'm going to set what's called a STEPS court hearing. Let me tell you a little bit about it, though. So STEPS is a good program in the sense that if you're eligible for it, then it gives you an opportunity to get treatment for a possible substance abuse problem. And if you do what the program asks you, you graduate that program, sir, then it's possible that the charges get dismissed without it ever getting off the ground. So is that something you're interested in learning more about, sir?
Yes, you're very interested.
Okay, great. Great. So what we're going to do is we're going to set a STEPS court hearing. It's going to be 1 week from today. It's going to be on January 26th at 9 o'clock in the morning. And so assuming that you're still in custody in the jail at that time, then we're going to set, you're going to be seen at that hearing 1 week from today. You'll learn more about STEPS, and if you want to enter into it, great. You'll have the opportunity to do it at that time. I'm also going to set a preliminary hearing. It's going to be on January 26th at 1:30 in the afternoon. And so please stay in contact. Go ahead, sir.
Is there any way I could just sign up for the STEP program? Just do it, because I have no problem doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I would like to learn more about it and get help more.
Right. Yeah, no, you can. So you're going to hear that. It's just can't do it right now because there's a little bit of a court process. So you'll be seen in a week. And so, you know, you'll learn more about it, and, you know, hopefully you're interested and you can get it going, and then good things hopefully happen. Right. So
I understand you got a process on how to use the whole court system. I would like to kind of expedite this as fast as I can so I can get into the federal system to get that taken care of.
yeah, I don't blame you. I would say the same thing if I were in your shoes, sir. So just have that conversation with your attorney because they can help. They should be able to help facilitate that it playing out that way. Okay.
Okay, will I be transported down?
Yes, sir. You'll be transported, but we got to talk about the other matter that you have. That's out of Marana. And so that's just a failure to appear alleging that you committed to shoplifting again back in January 3 of 2024. You're presumed innocent of that, sir. I'm going to set your next court date. It's going to be actually today at noon. So that one will be handled pretty quick. You'll be seen on video for that in about an hour and a half from now. And so I'm going to actually release you on that so it won't act as a hold in the event that the other stuff gets lifted. And so you'll be seen on that at noon, sir. And so that takes care of it. All right. One last thing I got to tell you, you're probably staying in custody, but I got to let you know that if you do get out of custody, sir, it's important that you come back to court because if you don't do that, a warrant will issue for your arrest. All right. All right. Have a good day. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Please tell me your name.
William Mitchell.
Mr. Mitchell, sir, I am seeing you. This is your initial appearance. I am seeing you on a charge that alleges that you committed aggravated driving under the influence. It's alleged to have happened yesterday. And sir, you're presumed innocent of that charge. Anything you say about it could be used against you. You have the right to be represented by an attorney. And so I'm appointing an attorney, and that's going to be the Pima County Public Defender. Mr. Mosley is seated to your left. He's going to help you out for the purpose of today's hearing. In order to prepare for this hearing, sir, I reviewed the information in the interim complaint, reviewed the information from pretrial and the state's recommendation, which is a $7,500 bond, plus released to pretrial if that bond is posted. Anything further, Mr. Poston?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Mosley?
Your Honor, I'm asking the court to consider release to pretrial services and the alternative a bond of no more than $1,100.
Okay, thank you. Just a moment. All right, sir. So I'm willing to release you on this matter, in part because it looks like the underlying suspension does not relate to an unrelated DUI incident, and also because it looks like while you do have some criminal history, it's really quite dated, relatively dated. And so I'm willing to release you, sir, but I need you to follow a couple pretty important guidelines. You willing to do that, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. So first of all, you cannot possess it or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, and you
Okay.
cannot drive without a valid license.
Okay.
And that covers it. So you're going to be released to the supervision of pretrial services, sir. Your next court date is going to be on February 4th.
All right.
February 4th for what's called a preliminary hearing. It's going to be at 1:30 in the afternoon. Please stay
Okay.
in contact with your attorney at the public defender's office because they can keep you up to date on what all's going on and all that good stuff. One last thing, sir, you need to come back to court for future court dates because if you don't, a warrant could issue for your arrest. All right?
Certainly will.
All right, sir. Have a good day.
All right, thank you.
You got it. Yeah, so I think that's why I did that. So I guess.
Molina.
Okay.
All righty, good morning, ma'am. Please tell me your name.
Alicia Molina.
All right, thank you, ma'am. So this is your initial appearance. I'm seeing you on charges that allege that you possessed a dangerous drug for sale, possessed a narcotic drug, and you possessed drug paraphernalia. You are presumed innocent of all of these matters. And you also have the right to remain silent. Anything you say about this case could be used against you. You have the right to be represented by an attorney. I'm going to appoint an attorney, and that's going to be the Pima County legal defender to represent you. Now, Mr. Mosley, see that to your left. He's
Could I
going
have just a moment, Your Honor?
to go for it.
Okay,
All right.
we're good, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right. So in order to prepare for this hearing, I reviewed the interim complaint, pretrial info, and the state's recommendation, which is a $5,000 bond plus release to pretrial services in lieu of you being held without bond, which is something that the state could have asked for today, but they are choosing not to. So, Mr. Poston, anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Mosley.
Your Honor, we're asking the court to consider pretrial release in the alternative, a bond of no more than $1,100.
All right, thank you very much. So, Ms. Molina, I am going to hold you on that $5,000 cash secured bond. So if you post that bond, ma'am, you are going to be supervised by pretrial services. So please comply with any sort of monitoring or treatment that they ask you to do. And so additionally, ma'am, I'm ordering that if you're out of custody, you consume no alcohol or illegal drugs, you possess no firearms or weapons. Your next court date is going to be a preliminary hearing. It's going to be on January 26th, 1:30 in the afternoon. So please stay in contact with your attorney at the legal defender's office, just so that they can keep you in the loop as to what all's going on, all right? And also, if you get out of custody and you don't come back to court, a warrant will issue for your arrest. For who?
It's listed, it's dismissed, so then he could argue for the bond. Case or testify on virtual partner side.
Yeah. Good morning, ma'am.
Morning,
Please tell me your name.
Zoe Ortega, date of birth 1/13/1981.
Thank you very much. So, ma'am, I am seeing you on a couple different matters. And so I'm seeing you on one felony count that alleges that you promoted prison contraband, one misdemeanor count that alleges that you obstructed governmental operations. And then there's also a city court matter that is what I just mentioned, and that's the city court matter. So just a second. I'm also seeing you on a post adjudication warrant that appears to, or a failure to appear warrant that appears to relate to a driving under the influence allegation out of Pima County Justice Court. So we're going to start with a felony. And as it relates to all these things, you do have the right to remain silent, ma'am. Anything you say about these cases could be used against you. You have the right to be represented by an attorney. I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender to represent you. Mr. Mosley, seated to your left, he's going to help you out today as it relates to what we're talking about. And so in order to prepare for this hearing, I reviewed the information from pretrial, the state's recommendation, and also the interim complaint. And so the state is recommending $5,000 plus release to pretrial if that bond is posted. Anything further, Mr. Poston?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mosley.
Your Honor, we're asking the court to consider release to pretrial services and in the alternative, a bond of no more than $1,100.
Right. Thank you. Just a moment. Okay, so I am, just a second. Yeah, I am willing to release you to the supervision of pretrial services, ma'am, but I need you to do a couple things. So first of all, you need to come back to court. So really important that you do that, because if you don't, a warrant will issue for your arrest. Your next court date is going to be a preliminary hearing on the felony. That's going to be at 1:30 in the afternoon on February 4th. You'll get paperwork that says this. I'm wondering that you consume no alcohol or consume or possess no alcohol or illegal drugs. And then that takes care of that. Public defender's appointed, if I haven't said that already. And so that takes care of that felony. Now we're going to talk about the post-adjudication warrant out of justice court. Or at least I think it might be post-adjudication. Either way, you have a warrant relating to a DUI allegation out of justice court. On that, I'm going to release you on that as well. You're going to have a different court date, though. That's going to be on February 18th at 9:30 in the morning. And I am appointing Peter Gutierrez to represent you on that, ma'am. And so important that you come back to court for that one, because if you don't, then a warrant could issue for your arrest. And so also I'm ordering that you not drive without a valid license, you consume no alcohol or illegal drugs on that.
Yes, sir.
Then finally, we have the city court matter that alleges that you obstructed governmental operations. That's alleged to have happened last night around 6 p.m. On that, I'm going to release you on that as well. But again, this is the third courthouse that you're going to have cases in now. So it's important that you keep track of this with the paperwork you get and that you come back to court when you need to come back to court. And on that, your next court date is going to be on February 10th. That's going to be at 9 o'clock in the morning. It's going to be in front of Judge Mayhew. So this is also the time set for your arraignment on that matter. You, ma'am, are presumed innocent of that. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf. And it's important to note that you not only could you get a warrant if you don't come back to court, but also the trial could go forward in your absence. And if you were convicted at that trial, couldn't be sentenced within 90 days, then you could lose the ability to appeal that conviction. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. I do have a question.
Sure.
Can you give me the address that you have on file? Because I do have a mailbox, but it's through Primavera, so I wanted to update that if I could.
Yeah, we can do that. Right. So we have the Primavera mailing. So
Okay.
you just a second. Ma'am, do you want to give us your new address? There's a couple ways we could go about this. We could either have.
Yeah,
Are you okay with that?
The Primavera is the updated one though.
Oh, it is?
Where
Okay.
where I get my mail at. Yeah, I
Got
just
it.
wanted to make sure that, because I was staying with family members before when I had the DUI case.
Uh-huh.
So, but I wanted to just make sure that it wasn't the old address. I wanted to make sure that it was updated to the Primavera address.
Gotcha.
The 702. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, that's what we got. So I think we're good to go there. Important to have a good address for you. So I believe that covers it, ma'am. You are excused.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. Have a nice day.
See the train on this one with no bond. And then Jill Smith, is legal dog agents. This came from where she was and I.
Right. Good.
Good morning.
Good morning. Please tell me.
Jill Smith.
All right, Ms. Smith, this is your initial appearance. I'm seeing you on a new charges that allege that you possessed a narcotic drug for sale, you possessed a dangerous drug for sale, and that you possess drug paraphernalia. This is all alleged to have happened yesterday. And so you're presumed innocent of all this stuff. You do have the right to remain silent. And anything you say about this case could be used against you. You have the right to be represented by an attorney. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. It's going to be Samantha Dumond. Samantha Dumond
Okay.
is your attorney, ma'am. And so in order to prepare for this hearing, I reviewed the interim complaint and I reviewed the state's recommendation and also pretrial's info. State's recommending 25,000 plus pretrial if released. Anything further, Mr. Poston?
No, Your Honor.
25,000?
Yeah, this is in lieu of a no bond request because it appears, ma'am, that you were out of custody on this matter. So what that means is that
Yeah.
the state could have asked for you to be held without bond today, but instead of that, it looks like they're electing not to do that and order and ask for a bond instead. So, Mr. Mosley, your position?
Your Honor, just asking the court to consider releasing her to pretrial services. She has a daughter that has some pressing issues that she needs to take care of as she's the responsible individual. Also, she wants to maintain her residence. So she's requesting release to pretrial.
And I would like to try and get into the STEPS program and get my daughter into the STEPS program as well.
Well,
Judge, this is a sales pay. Steps isn't applicable.
right, I'm aware of that. So, ma'am, you're not going to be eligible for steps. And so,
Really?
unfortunately, given the nature of the charges, so
I didn't realize that.
that's all right. It's all right. I mean, that's not the only way that you can get treatment. If you do have a substance abuse
Yeah.
problem, then, just
Yeah.
keep asking for that because there's different resources out there and so forth. So, but for today's sake, given that you do appear to be on release for a separate matter that involves similar allegations, the court is going to impose a $20,000 cash secured bond, ma'am. And so your next court date is going to be a preliminary hearing. That's going to be on January 26th, 1:30 in the afternoon. And
Okay.
that is going to be in Superior Court, but stay in contact with Ms. Demond because she can keep you posted on what all is going on with all that. If you do get out of custody, you're ordered to not possess any firearms or weapons, consume no alcohol or illegal drugs. And important to come back to court, ma'am, because if you don't do that, a warrant will issue for your arrest. All right?
All right.
Have a good day.
The contact number will be on the paper. You need to call her resident.
Okay, how am I gonna phone her though?
Or-
Oh, you can? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All righty, folks, I believe that that's it. Everybody have a good rest of your day.
Okay. Thank you, Yuri.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yep, you got it.
Sounds good.